Hey, hope you're all doing well. This is just going to be a really quick video on how to use the count API that I've developed and put some sort of similar view counter on your website. This is kind of going to be a video to help get people back on their feet. The beloved countapi.xyz, which was like the golden standard in counting, is unfortunately no longer with us. It fell off the face of the earth. So if you're coming in regards of count API, or if you just want to put your own kind of view counter on a website, you're in the right place. This is going to be a super simple tutorial on how to do that. And yeah, you're going to have, by the end of it, something similar. This is actually my blog website right here. And you can see this post got 448 views. So yeah, let's kind of just jump right into it. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at countapi.mileshilliard.com, which is actually my API that I've developed and I'm kind of sharing with everyone right now. And it's basically countapi.xyz. It's a drop-in replacement. It's got the same endpoints and all that. And it's really just to kind of get people back on their feet. So I've provided a little too long didn't read section here, which is just helpful to kind of get people to grasp the concept behind it. So I'll give you a really quick breakdown on how this works and what it is. So basically, it's an API that counts numbers. It's as simple as that. And it's good because on websites like this, when I refresh the page, you see it goes up by 1. So the idea is every time you view the website or interact with something, some event happens, it can go up by 1. And this is exactly what this API is designed for. So essentially, you've got your base URL right here, which is this section I've highlighted, and that's the kind of the URL that doesn't change, the part that you don't need to modify. And then you've got this /hit endpoint, and the hit means increment by +1. So it's going to take whatever value that it was previously stored, add to 1, and then set it to that. So that's why when you saw I refreshed it, it hit that endpoint and it went up by 1. So that's what we're going to be using today. And obviously we have /unique key, which is going to be the identifier or the key that you use. You want to keep this pretty unique because you don't want to accidentally overwrite someone else's. So if you use too generic of keys, you might be competing against someone else who's using the same exact key. So let's kind of jump right into it. I've provided a few examples in JavaScript and a quick tracking pixel example if you don't have any JavaScript on your website. But we're going to just do it from scratch here. So I have right here in VS Code a very simple HTML page. Obviously you don't have to do this in Visual Studio Code. It could be in Notepad, it could be in whatever editor you're using. I've got a simple HTML page here, and all it has is some static text here. Pretty boring, but I want to have a counter on it that actually tells people how many people have actually come and seen the website. So to do that, we're going to add another paragraph element here, and we're going to say this website has been viewed, and then we're going to put, oh, look at that, it's finishing for me. We're going to put a little span with the idea of count, and just like that, it's going to say this website has been viewed, X amount of times. And right now, it defaults to 0 because we don't have any code, so I've put in 0 there just as a placeholder. But what's going to happen is we're going to write a little bit of JavaScript that's going to take the 0 and replace it with the true value that the website's been viewed by. And to do so, we're going to go right here and we're going to make a script element, and we want to not do that. We want to basically take the API's response and replace it with the 0 that we have here. So what I'm going to do is go to the documentation. So this whole API and this project and all that, all the code is open source on GitHub. It's available right here for you to check out. And I also provided a few examples on how to use it. So I'm just going to kind of copy this JavaScript example right here and drop it into my script section right here. And this is going to work perfectly because this is really all we need. So base, like I said before, this is the base URL. This is the part that really doesn't change. And we have my counter. Let's change that to something a little more unique. Let's say my demonstration, and then for the sake of uniqueness, let's just put numbers at the end so that we don't, conflict with someone else. And basically all this is going to do is fetch the endpoint, obviously with the /hit, which means, increment by +1. and it's gonna, in this case, console log the result that it gets. So this will work great, and as you can see in my example here, the increment counter, the get response for that is going to be something that looks like this. It's going to be a JSON response. So we can actually click on this and take a look at how it looks, and you can see the key that I've provided here is your key. You can change that to be whatever you want, and every time I refresh, you see that number goes up by 1. So we're hitting this endpoint right now. So that's what this is doing, but basically through code. So instead of console.log, let's change this so that it updates our span. We're going to say document.getElementById, and obviously our ID here is count because we defined that up in the HTML. And we want to set the what do we want to set? The text value of it, the value that we have inside of here. Right now is 0, but we want this to be dynamically loaded based on how many people come to our website, right? So let's provide text content, and then we're going to say data.value. And this value comes from, if you look in the documentation here, the response, you can see how the two things it returns are key and value, right? So obviously we know what the key is, so we don't have to worry about that. But we want the value, which is the number of people that have, in our case, visited the website, which is why we have data.value. So that's what's going to set this to be that integer that we see right here. So we're just going to save that code and make sure it's good to go. And what I'll do is I will copy that, and I'm going to open it in a browser just so you can take a look. And already like that, you can see we've got our super simple HTML page, and it says it's already been viewed 1 time, which is correct. We're viewing it right now. So so far so good. And what I want to do is refresh the page and just watch how it goes up by 1. So you see how it increments. That's that hit endpoint that we're using. So you can see boop, boop, boop. Every time you refresh the page, it goes up by 1. So that's how you can put a super simple counter on your website. Obviously, it doesn't have to be just for counting views like I'm using it here. It could be for, rating a recipe. Maybe you've got a recipe website, and you could be rating your food on a scale of 1 to 5 stars. You could use it for that. You could use it for likes or dislikes on a video. So it's a pretty versatile and robust endpoint or API that we can use, and hopefully this will kind of get people back on their feet. I wanted to provide some help for people that were working on projects that needed countapi. So I hope this helps other people kind of get back on their feet. But the good news is it's not limited to just hit. We also have a few other endpoints here. So I'll demonstrate. As you can see right now, we have viewed 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times. Just keep note of that number, 14 times, right? So let's take the key that we're using right now, and let's go here, and we can actually set it, which means we can set the value of our key. So instead of your key, let's paste in the value or the key that we're using on our website, and you can change this value to be, well, anything you want. You could set it to be, 900, right? So hit enter on that, and you can see this is the key we're updating, which is indeed ours. The old one was 14, which is the one you saw earlier. And the value now is 900. So that was the previous value, and now this is the current value of our key. So I'll refresh the page here. Oh, and 901. So you can see it's a dynamic aspect that you can put on your website. And it just kind of gives static pages a little more flair. And it can be really useful too. Another thing I'll go over quickly before I end this video is the tracking pixel example that I provided here. And if your website doesn't have JavaScript, I know there are some like WordPress plugins and stuff that don't render JavaScript, but they will render HTML. If you still want a counter that's kind of more hidden, like a more tracking pixel, is you can grab this, and let's actually delete all of our code that we have here. We don't need any of this. And drop it in right here, like so. And we obviously have this key right here, my site visits, and let's change that to something like demonstration, I don't know, add more numbers, right? Something unique, doesn't matter. And we have the display set to none, so it's invisible in this case. So right now, to the end user, it should be a blank web page that has no content on it. So let's refresh, and there you go. You can see there's nothing on the website. But what we can do is if we grab our key here and we try to return the value, so let's go here, and so we have our get endpoint, which is just going to return the value of the key. It won't modify it or anything, just return it. Instead of your key, we put in the demonstration we used, and boom, you see 1. So if I refresh this page, it doesn't look like anything's happening every time I hit refresh, but in reality what's happening is it's still incrementing our key. So watch, if I refresh this, you see 11 now. So it's kind of like a tracking pixel that you can use on websites as well if you don't want, user interaction or anything like that. It's a nice way to kind of do analytics without being too invasive as well. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful. It was just supposed to be a really quick tutorial on how to make a view counter on your website. If you have any questions, please do leave a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video. I know it's been a minute, but I wanted to post something before the YouTube algorithms completely deleted my channel. But yeah, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for next time. Peace.